times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, shout out.
3 times real, that's why my name's Trill. Three times real, that's why my name's Trill.
Hey, put your hands up, come on, put your hands up, put your hands up, now I hop on the scene with some banging dope beats with a top.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros was a huge announcement that Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Errol Spence on August 21st. This announcement came via social media. First, Manny Pacquiao put it up, and then moments later, Spence put the picture up. Here you see on ESPN's website, they show that the fight was announced, and it's going to take place in Las Vegas. And you see Manny Pacquiao and Spence, the promo on PBC pay-per-view. So, Ned, the TBE, what is your thoughts on the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence?
Shout out to Manny Pacquiao for chasing the last bag, you know? I respect it. You know, it's rare, yo. Yeah, after a long career, it's good to go out on your shield, you know? And, you know, I'm not going to violate Manny, but, you know, Spence ain't no slouch. Spence is going to come here and do his thing, you know? And, you know, Manny, thank you for having the courage, unlike TC, to step in the ring with this man and take him on. And, you know, shout out to Spence, yo. I'm predicting it now, yo. You can add another belt to the collection, another Infinity Stone. And, you know, the next one, he's going to run off to another universe. He's going to run off. He's going to go hide, go do whatever. He's going to try to be like Vision, but you're going to grab it out of his face, too. So, shout out to my man Spence for making this happen. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao for securing the last bag, yo. We loved you in this for the boxing. It was great. And, yeah, yo, Spence for Undisputed. Let's go, TC. Stop.
I want to say to everyone, I apologize for that man. He's high on netables.
All right, Conspiracy.
Let me first say,
I like Manny Pacquiao.
I'm gonna say this. Hey, listen.
G's mad. Everybody's hip to his little trick.
Well, first, you know what? I'm gonna switch it on all y'all. I'm gonna say, poor Josh Taylor, and the reason why I'm saying this is because this announcement done stole all kind of steam from that promotion for this man now being undisputed at 140. Also, you can blame Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury for that as well. But when I seen this announcement, to be honest with you, I thought Spence was actually trolling us. I'm keeping it 100 because I was like, I'm looking at the flyer. I'm like, this doesn't look like the best design of a flyer that I've seen from PBC. So I was like, is this really a fight? But then I noticed it on Twitter, like more like reputable like boxing channels and everything were pushing this fight. So I'm like, all right, yo, this is actually real, you know? And so, you know, my second crooked finger salute is poor Ugas, you know, because I'm like, that brother, man, yo, salute to Boxing Bros Cuba, man. That brother can't get a break, yo. Pacquiao done took his belt back, and you know that belt's going to be up for this fight.
No, I think he still got it, though.
Oh,
I was looking it up. Yeah, because the article said that Pacquiao, you know, is still champion recess. I don't know. I'm not saying 100%, but I don't know with absolute certainty that Ugas won't still be the WBA champion.
I'll say this: if Pacquiao allows Ugas to keep the belt, man, salute to you, Pac. You that dude, man. So I'm not even gonna talk spicy like my co-host Ned over here, you know. But yeah. I'm gonna say this. Spence is a big welterweight. So I'm nervous for Pacquiao because Pacquiao is a small welterweight, but with extraordinary skills. But again, Pacquiao is like, 42 years old. His last fight was with Keith Thurman. And say what you want, I gave Pacquiao a lot of credit for his performance against Keith Thurman. But remember, Keith Thurman was he was coming back in the later rounds, and Pacquiao looked hurt at the end of that fight. So a guy like Spence, who's bigger than Keith, that is relentless every round. Like, this dude doesn't slow down. I don't know what that means for Pacquiao moving forward after that. But nonetheless, salute to Pacquiao for taking on this task. This is crazy to me, But hey, man, Pacquiao surprised me before. I was literally convinced he was going to flatline Pacquiao, metaphorically speaking, and I was shocked. Like, I was really shocked. Like, when round one, when he dropped him, I was like, oh my goodness, man, I couldn't believe this. You know what I mean? So Pacquiao finds ways to surprise me all the time. If Pacquiao could pull this off, man, Pacquiao, you're already one of the GOATs. But to me, you will become my GOAT. You know what I'm saying? My GOAT. If
G's GOAT.
You won't be G's GOAT for real. You could beat Spence. You don't even have to knock out Spence. Just beat him. You my GOAT, man. So salute to Pacquiao and salute to Spence, man. I know this is a huge fight for your career. I know TC is tight right now. TC, you better go get that Josh Taylor fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not looking too good for you. But, man, I like this fight, man. It's a good fight for this year, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Trill Dollar Bizzle.
Okay. I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to try to do it fast.
You don't got to do it fast, brother. Take your time. Break it down, brother. If you want.
This right here is a big test for Errol Spence, right? Because Errol Spence is going against a phenom. He's going against somebody that's fast. He's going against somebody that's cut from a different cloth. You know what I'm saying? This is Manny Pacquiao. He's cut from a different cloth. Yeah. We know Manny Pacquiao has lost before, but it's how he came back. Even with the Keith Thurman fight, I was concerned. I said I didn't want to see him in there with another fight like that again because I thought it was enough. But time has went by since the Keith Thurman fight. I think it's been almost 2 years, right?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's enough recovery time, and that's what Manny Pacquiao needed. He's been talking about this Errol Spence fight for a while, saying that even before the Keith Thurman, saying that he's seen something there that he wanted to get on there early, before Errol has a chance to, get better and change some things. He feels that his speed will be enough to offset a Errol Spence. He said the same thing about Keith Thurman. And he did it. Manny Pacquiao, when we talk about him getting knocked out by Marquez, if you want to count that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How many fights was that? And it was a Manny Pacquiao being a little too over anxious, and he paid for that. I don't want people just to think of if Manny Pacquiao is planning to do, this is Manny Pacquiao. He could have went off on his horse. He could have did the Ryan Garcia. He could have did the Mikey Garcia. He could have fought a less known person as this is I want to leave the sport fight. But he didn't want to. Manny Pacquiao is a great, and he needs something to get up for. Errol Spence is what is going to get Manny Pacquiao's insides boiling. He's going to get up for this fight. Manny Pacquiao is a great, and he's still daring to be great, and he's still taking these challenges. And if the great Manny Pacquiao, he sees something there, best believe it's going to be a little bit more tougher to fight than what people were thinking. Let's not dismiss this as a man. This is a great. How many weight classes? How many big guys? He didn't just beat up guys at 147. He beat up guys at 154 and another guys up there that was at 160 as well. Manny Pacquiao is no slouch. Yes, he's gotten older. And yes, I didn't like how he looked. He took a lot of punishment from a big guy at welterweight, and I didn't like how he looked after when he left that arena. But he's taking the necessary rest that he thought that his body needs. 2 years, that's enough rest. And he's letting his body heal. And if the great Manny Pacquiao says he wants Errol Spence and not some lesser fighter, then kudos to Manny Pacquiao. Because he's a great and he's a legend and he's still testing himself. He's not taking no easy, not like all these other PBC fighters. He's not taking these easy fights. We big up all these guys all the time for taking easy fights. This is the guy taking on who I think could be whoever you have him number 1 and number 2 welterweight right now. Strong, big, young guy, 2 belts. He's taking on the toughest task right now. Because Earl has been the one, has the better resume at 147. And Manny Pacquiao is taking on that guy who's much more bigger, much more taller, much more stronger, and he is still daring to be great. I'm not giving my predictions. I'm just saying put some respect on Manny Pacquiao's name and shout out to Errol Spence because this right here is going to be one of Earl's biggest fights. This is his biggest test to date right now against the great Manny Pacquiao. He's going to have to deal with speed. He's going to have to deal with a lot of things that he has never dealt with before. And Manny Pacquiao can punch. And he can punch. He's going to be throwing punches from everywhere, too. That's another gift Manny Pacquiao got. You see them big old calves on that boy, and he moves crazy. Don't be just shocked if Earl gets his chin checked, and we might see him do a little, his leg do a little work. Earl is going to come in, be a little too aggressive. Man, he can sneak in, hit him with something, get out of the way, have Earl doing a stinky leg. Size ain't everything, and Manny Pacquiao proved that here in boxing. That size and muscles isn't everything in this sport.
But Trill, can I ask you one question though?
Yes, my brother.
Are you not at least nervous?
Yes.
The ring.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
He never said he wasn't nervous, bro.
I never said I was nervous. I never said I was nervous.
2 years, yo. It's 2 years. Yo.
Yeah, this is. I think the 2 years benefited Manny. Now, am I afraid for Manny? Yeah, because he's an older guy and he already gave us all these wars, and he's going in there with a young, bigger.
Asking because I'm like, you the mission to be on point. You know? I don't want these fights. You know what I mean? I remember you with Thurman. You was like, "Yo, Pac, don't do this. You don't need it."
Yep. It was like that when they first announced the Errol Spence after he just got through with Keith. I said no. I said no. But now we're talking. This is 2 years. The great senator has got a chance to, let his body heal, get his mind right, and he makes calculated and well decisions. He knows what he's doing in there. I'm not saying who I think is going to win. I just know that if Earl is thinking that this is going to be a cakewalk, listen, he's going to be sadly mistaken. And I know that Manny Pacquiao knows what's in front of him. Because he already stated he's a big, strong guy, and that's where Earl is. It's a dangerous fight for Manny Pacquiao. But he has proven over and over and over again that he's great. And he's a living legend. So I'm not going to sit here and say some weird, I'm not going to put him down and say, I'm going to give him his props where he is, and this is going to be a spectacular fight, and I can't wait. So salute to both guys. Salute to the senator, one of the greats, Manny Pacquiao, for even taking this fight. My hat's off to you for even taking this fight. These guys won't even take fights. You got guys. These guys are trying everything to get up out of fights. We can't even get undisputed. These guys. Listen, these guys are scared of everybody. These people scared of Earl. They want all types of. Manny, like, make the fight happen. There ain't no back and forth with Manny. I want to say Manny put it up first. I want to say Manny posted first.
Man, you know they don't rush that graphic designer. Like, hurry up. You know?
But yeah,
talking about they rushed the graphic design. Manny made it himself.
Yeah, I know.
He said, Earl, text me a picture.
You know, man, he went on his social media and grabbed the picture wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, no, kudos to both gentlemen because this fight was easy to be made.
Mm-hmm.
This was easy to be made.
That is
You know
true.
what I'm saying? This was easy to be made. So isn't it? So salute to both guys. I think this is going to be amazing. We're going to see something amazing from both gentlemen when they get in this ring. We're going to see something amazing from both gentlemen. Apologize for that rant. Just want to give these guys their thoughts.
That was a slam dunk right there for Dollar Bill. And I agree. And for everyone who's looking and saying like, oh, well, you know, thinking it's going to be a cakewalk, I will just tell you, go watch our old videos. I remember, because this is bringing back memories of when Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao were going to fight. And everyone was saying Pacquiao was washed. They were talking about Jeff Horn, all this crap. And Trill predicted that Manny Pacquiao was going to beat Keith Thurman. Ned did as well. So did I. Hashtag Caden was right. If we started doing hashtag Caden was right, everyone would hate me. You know what I'm saying? Because it would just be, I'm already arrogant, right? But if we start doing hashtag, I'm already arrogant. But if we start doing hashtag Caden was right, it would just be, anyways. We predicted that Keith Thurman was going to lose to Manny Pacquiao, and the hate that came in the comment section.
You can't.
Of course, all types of idiots, all types of this, people disrespecting. Now I'm not going to front because G predicted that Keith Thurman was going to win, and he got a lot of unnecessary hate too.
Nah, he got necessary hate. It was needed. It was warranted.
They were loaded.
Nah. It was just one guy in particular that was just like attacking G, and I'm like, bro, like, dude, it's not that serious, man. Like, I don't understand what gets people that way. Like, all he did was predict that Keith Thurman was going to win, and you got three of us who saw it differently. So I think that's good. Most people on your side, and you still like attacking G. But anyways, this is
not bad. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, bro. What you gonna say?
And G picking Thurman wasn't bad pick.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
yo, people need to chill. Like if you really like a fighter that much that you can't listen to anyone say some objective criticism, then you don't need to press play. Like, it's okay. Like, bro, we got 4 people for a reason. Like, for a reason. So I mean, but yeah, so like Trill said, and I agree with it. If you think that Manny Pacquiao is going to be an easy night at the office, then I got something you can do, Earl. Call Keith. And after you talk to Keith, call Adrian Broner. Because I don't want you going in that ring thinking that, like, this is going to be, Trill said this, Manny Pacquiao's cut from a different cloth. Look at this man's resume. Throughout the decades, bro, fought the best at 130, fought the best at one, fought the best at one, fought the best at through the decades. All he has fought was the best. All he knows is being in the ring with the elite. That's all he knows.
Not only he's been beat by nobodies, but come back and fight the best. Like, it's spectacular.
I think Trill pointed out something that's very important. Like, and we talking about he's been beat, but he's been beat early in his career when, like, he was fighting for food, bro. Like, when I say fight, we all work for food, but like, we got food in the kitchen. It's like, you know, but when you can't eat until you get the check to get food, like, if you don't know what this man has overcame, and that's my whole point, to say the champion of the world only deserves to come from America is absolute bonkers. Manny Pacquiao. Okay? You want to talk about someone that does that? Manny Pacquiao is a champion. When you look at what he's overcome, 2 L's early on in his career as a teenager, to come back and be the oldest man to win the welterweight championship, and now he's fighting the number 1 welterweight in a different decade from when he was in his prime.
At 42 years old.
Can you imagine this? Okay, so when he was in his prime, Manny Pacquiao lost to arguably the greatest fighter, technical fighter that ever lived, Floyd Money Mayweather. And now, even after that at 42, if he beats Errol Spence, he's beating the number 1 welterweight currently. Now, I know people like to throw this Terrence Crawford stuff out. All I'm going to say is I said number 1 welterweight. Now, let's match resumes and tell me who's beating the best welterweights in 147 currently. I don't want to know like about when this guy 6 years ago had a belt. and he beat a guy, Sean Porter. I think that was a split decision, and there's a lot of people who felt like Sean, and he didn't. It wasn't like he did amazing work against Porter. Yeah, people want to we give Porter a lot of crap jokingly, but Porter got so much heart. Porter is a dog in every sense of the word. Like, so I don't think there's anyone that's just going to get in the ring and smoke Sean Porter. I don't see it. You got to show me. If you're going to get in the ring and just smoke Sean Porter, you got to show me. I don't see it. So let's not act like Sean Porter's a bum. That would be a great fight for Terrence Crawford. He don't want it. There's money issues there. Pacquiao was in negotiations with Terrence Crawford, and somehow that didn't work. Spence was in negotiations with Terrence Crawford. Somehow that didn't work. And now these guys announcing to the world that they're fighting each other. Because when you overprice yourself, when you start thinking of yourself in a certain light, and then now what's going to happen? We'll get into that a little bit later. But the point that I'm trying to make right now is here is Manny Pacquiao taking on the best challenge available. Is what I'm getting at. Because even if you think Terrence Crawford is the best, he tried to fight him. But as we all can see now, okay, so you say Earl's demands are ridiculous. Cool. Manny Pacquiao's are too. Sean Porter's are too. Now I'm seeing a pattern where guys are trying to fight this dude and it's not happening. And we'll get into the why in a second. But all I know is Manny Pacquiao's taking on the biggest challenge available to him. Because he tried to negotiate with TC. Somehow that didn't work. But he negotiated with Spence, and somehow that worked. Maybe Spence said, I recognize you're the legend. I recognize you're one of the GOATs. I recognize that I'm the B side. So you the man. Just let me get the opportunity to share the ring with you, GOAT. Maybe it went something like that. Maybe Spence was humble enough to recognize and know his place. But now that fight's announced. And Manny Pacquiao's doing it. If you don't like Manny Pacquiao, you do not like boxing. Yeah. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want whatever. I don't want to hear it. Manny Pacquiao at 42 is taking on a bigger challenge than the guy many people claim is number 1 pound for pound.
Facts.
That says to you all you need to know about a guy like Pacquiao. This is all you need to know about Manny Pacquiao, about his era. And it's sad because I think about, you talk to the older heads and they say, like, in my day, boxing was better. And you really don't want to believe it. And now I'm looking in the mirror realizing, I'm going to become that old head. Because when I see the way boxing's going right now, in my era, boxing was better. That's just it.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Manny Pacquiao is a GOAT.